you ready for some awesome breakdowns with Scott and Sean? It's time for 6 Minute Abs. Step into my office.
Let's go!
What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of 6 Minute Abs, awesome breakdowns with Scott and Sean. Here breaking down another one of our best ball drafts, the Alpha Squad 10. Starting out with E.G. Cowboy in the one hole. Scotty, how did he do?
Very familiar. He loves Bijan Robinson. And he loves Chase Brown, and he's got him in the 1 and 2 spots. So he goes with that running back. He's got Rico Dowdle and McCroskey Merritt. So not a bad running back core right there. His quarterbacks are Mayfield and Ward, pretty nice. And then his receivers, I really like him a lot. He's got Pickens and Buka, and I love Devontae Adams in the 7th round. The tight ends, Ty Johnson, and I love Jake Tonjans, and knew Isaiah Likely now to the Giants. Pretty nice tight end room. So I say E.G. Cowboy could be a sneaky team going forward, depending on how some of these maybe rookies pan out going forward. So I'm going to say top 5.
Oh, wow. Look at that. Right out the gate. Drafting the 2 hole, we've got our boy Commissioner. He runs FanCred. If you're not familiar with FanCred, they're one of the league safe comparative teams out there, and they're a great place to go to do your fantasy leagues. What's our buddy Armin doing here? He's bringing in Josh Allen at the 1-2 hole along with Caleb Williams. I think that's a pretty nice start to his quarterback room. He did wait a good bit to take another quarterback, so long in fact that he did not get one. So if that's the case, we're looking at no injuries, and he's good. With injuries, he's basically off the charts. He's got Jeremiah Love, RJ Harvey, David Montgomery, all solid players to have there. Tyler Warren, I like a lot too. Ladd McConkey, Ted McMillan, Quentin Johnson, Michael Pittman, DJ Moore. Every single one of those picks looks better after free agency started. So I really like this team, other than what we're talking about with the quarterback depth. So Armin did great, except for that one spot.
Coming in at 1-3, we got our buddy JoJo, and I love the 1-3 spot. You can build so many nice teams from that spot, and JoJo did that excellent. With Puka Nacua, CeeDee Lamb. I can't believe he dropped there. Garrett Wilson, who's very undervalued. He ended with Marvin Harrison in the 9th round, and Parker Washington looks like he could be the alpha in Jacksonville. So I really like that receiving core. He did what he was supposed to do at quarterback with Prescott, Stafford, now newly Miami quarterback Malik Willis. The running back spot, he went with kind of like a hero RB build in Bucky Irving. But he waited a little bit long at the tight end. He ended up with Ferguson and Njoku. But this team, I think, is good enough to definitely compete for the money spots.
At the 4 hole is Dead Man's Soul, another one of his drafts, looking solid at the start with Jahmyr Gibbs, James Cook, and then came back with Javonte Williams to fill out a solid running back room to start it out. Sandwiched between that was Trevor Lawrence taken in the 3rd round, starting out his quarterback room. The only problem was he didn't really get a whole lot of depth there. He took Michael Penix. At the time, we weren't 100% that he's not going to start now. It doesn't sound like he will. So taking him where he did turned out to be an unfortunate situation. Happens sometimes in these early drafts. Brian Thomas, Jacoby Myers, Jalen Coker, those are some good players. Shedeur Sanders might save him on that quarterback room. I like the fact that he got Tyrone Tracy and Ray Davis way down there on the end of his room. Colston Loveland, Kyle Pitts, Brenton Strange. That's the core of this team right now. That's a really strong tight end room, and if that works out for him, it could save him.
Coming in at 1-5, we got CVS 1. Like the quarterback room, I love Jackson Dart, Daniel Jones. As far as the running backs, he's got O'Marion Hampton, Josh Jacobs, pretty nice 1-2 punch. And the receiving core spread out very nicely with Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, his teammate, and then Rome Odunze. So the Harold Fannin pick, everyone knows I love that. And then he backed it up with the rookie Sadiq, who's should be the number 1 tight end in this draft class. I do like Blake Corum too. He's very underrated. He's more of a touchdown guy. Will this team have enough to get to the top? Not really sure. I think it might be more middle of the pack.
Drafted in the 6th spot is our buddy Thrillkill. He started out with JSN, followed up with Justin Jefferson, Zay Flowers, Cortland Sutton, Wan'Dale Robinson. How you end up getting all those guys on the same team is beyond me, especially when you're able to sandwich in a Trey McBride, the best tight end in there in the middle of the 2nd round. Seems to have been going in the late 1st for most of the time until this draft. So that's really a great start for him to come out there. To be able to snag Jordan Love, Bryce Young, Jacoby Brissett, all looking to start this year, and his quarterback room is really great. Kyron Williams, Jalen Warren, Ramondre Stevenson is a solid running back room too. I mean, there really isn't any holes on this team at this point. Even his depth with Mark Andrews, K. Dot, and James Conner, those are all guys, Josh Downs, that are going to be contributors, and even Kirk Cousins might end up with a starting job at some point this year. So Thrillkill has a solid team here. I would not be surprised if this team doesn't take it all.
Coming in at the 1-7, we got Sarah M21. This is probably one of my favorite teams in this league. She's got the 3 quarterbacks in May, Herbert, and we know Mendoza is going to play the whole year. The running back room is just flat out sick. We got Kenneth Walker, newly chief, Travis Etienne, Breshel Tootin, and all the way down in the 21st round. How did you know that, Sarah? Isaiah Pacheco's to the Lions. So pretty nice running back room. And then even the receiving room with Drake London, Devontae Smith, Terry McLaurin, Rashid Shaheed. Really, really like that a lot. And Orlando Gadsden's very underrated tight end, and along with Dalton Schultz. So really like this team a lot. Definitely a contender.
All right. Drafted in the 8th spot right next to these contending squads we just talked about is Run the Hurry Up. Let's see if he's able to keep running with these other two, huh? Starts out with Joe Burrow, Lamar Jackson, Tyler Shuck. Great start, right? Good quarterback room, keeps competitive. Brock Bowers, Tucker Tough, another great room right there. I like that. Rashee Rice in the 4th round, great start there. DK Metcalf, Mike Evans, Jordan Addison, all players expected to contribute. Good start there. Then you go into the running back room. You think he'd be weak there, right? Nope. Derrick Henry, Tony Pollard, Woody Marks, Alvin Kamara, Sean Tucker, Tank Bigsby. Out of that, I think you could get 2 starters every week, no problem. I think that Scott's got an opportunity to compete right up there with the Thrill Kills and the Sarah M21s in Alpha Squad 10.
Coming in at 1-9, we got Jay Morris, 410. Beautiful quarterback room with Jaden Daniels, Bo Nix, and Kyler Murray, who's probably going to be a Viking. 3 quarterbacks that have rushing upside. Love that. Comes in with at the running back room is Ashton Genty and Quinchon Junkins, along with Chuba Hubbard. Now that Dowdle's gone, really like that a lot. We'll see how much he gets out of Zach Charbonnet this year, but if he can come back midway through the season, that's a nice running back core. The receiving core is a tad weak. We got Olave, Luther Burton, and then a rookie and Christian Watson. We don't know what we're going to get out of Christian Watson. And then Alex Pierce just got that massive contract. Can he live up to it? He needs to get 100 receptions a year to honor that contract. So other than that, waited pretty long for a tight end. Not much there with AJ Barner. Really like this team, but I don't know if it's quite up there with the big ones, but I'd see maybe a top 4 or 5 finish.
All right, Metaphalanges at the 110 hole. Started out going receiver heavy with Amon-Ra, Neighbors, came back with Lemon, Wilson, Godwin. Built himself a solid room and enough room in there to compete. If that rookie does not come up to par, he's still okay. So I like his room there. Breece Hall, Cam Scattaboo, Kyle Monangai, all good players for his running back room to start out. I like Ferguson in the 8th round too. That's great. So all that saying, you'd think his quarterbacks are going to stink, right? No. He's got Jared Goff, Sam Darnold, nice solid starters there. Even came back with an Aaron Rodgers. If the man comes out of his darkness retreat and decides he wants to play football again, he's going to have a 3rd quarterback that's going to be starting. So this team has a chance to be competitive. Mason Taylor, Pat Freiermuth are some solid late round tight ends too to help him out. So I do think Metaphalanges is one of those teams. He'll be either hot or not in this season.
Oh, is it my turn? Okay. I guess it's SD Bolt Stan coming in at the 111 spot. Started off with 2 nice running backs on a Chan and Christian McCaffrey. The quarterbacks are Pat Mahomes and CJ Stroud. Don't really know what we're going to get out of Tua. The tight ends I really like a lot. Sam Laporta, George Kittle should come back somewhere halfway through the year. The only problem I have with this team is the receiving core. You get an Alpha and Nico, and then everything else after that, you got Tate, you got a little bit of Higgins, who's on the same team. Debo Samuel and Brandon Ayuk. I really don't like those receivers at all. I think this team's going to struggle at the receiving position, and so I don't think this team is going to compete.
All right, moving into the 12 hole, we got Jimmy Wojo, another one of his teams here. He started out with Jalen Hurts, and he filled the team out with Brock Purdy, JJ McCarthy at the quarterback position. We know that JJ most likely will not be starting, so it doesn't mean that he won't some point in the season, but at least in the beginning it won't be the case. So that's going to have a potential to hurt him, but we don't know for sure. And as long as the other 2 stay healthy, he won't really need him. Jonathan Taylor, Saquon Barkley, DeAndre Swift, Jordan Mason, all good players to have, especially with what's going on in Minnesota. Jordan Mason's role will probably be much larger this year. I do like A.J. Brown, Jameson Williams, and Jalen Waddle where he got them are really good pickups. Khalil Shakir sitting down there at the 12th hole is also a solid 4th player to have. I do like Dalton Kincaid, Travis Kelce, and Chigo Okonkwo, all guys that are going to have offensive production this year. This team has a chance to be competitive. I do like what Jimmy Wojo brought to the table, and I'm really excited to see how it plays out. Thanks a lot, guys, for listening. That's our Alpha Squad 10. Please, please, please like and subscribe. We hope you guys enjoyed this. Keep an eye out for the next one dropping on 6 Minute Abs.
Let's go!
Thanks for watching 6 Minute Abs. Please like and subscribe to Sudden Death Fantasy Sports.
Let's go!